wanting to see what everybody else was doing. This works really well. I love the looking through the little strips. To see it properly framed. I mean, I love the way this looks actually, the wrinkles. I love the way it looks.
Lady Gaga looks a bit boring now to me after I've seen Chris's photos.
Because that was my theme, from Gaga to Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Well, it's a diverse range. I think it shows lots of different aspects, yeah, certainly. And I do hope lots of people will come and have a look round.
I really like these, do you? I like these different textures. Do you not like them? You want to have them on your wall?
No.
I don't think that's the idea, though, is it?
The Look at Me exhibition is a new way of looking at images of women and ageing. It represents a very honest, challenging, humorous collection of images that have been produced by women exploring issues of ageing and older women.
Well, I never thought I'd see my picture like this on the wall. We've said it's the Rogues Gallery for a gift frame.
I feel very proud. I was very scared again, and then coming in, and I just thought it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The whole exhibition is beautiful, but I feel I'm part of it, so that's a great feeling.
We're surrounded by an array of media images, but those images don't necessarily reflect ourselves or our daily lives. So for older women, or for women, the signs of ageing can be negatively stereotyped, the butt of humour, the target of an increasing anti-ageing industry, or women are simply hidden from view.
I think seeing it on the wall makes you realise that actually certain aspects are missing from, I don't know, magazines or TV. For me anyway, it's just made me realise that that sort of, I don't know, like your grandmother being really playful or telling dirty jokes, that's just not really in magazines or TV shows, and so it's nice to just see that kind of imagery on the wall.
The project worked with a range of women across Sheffield, aged from 43 to 96. The women were involved in a series of workshops, and in those workshops they discussed their feelings about their own ageing. They explored cultural and media representations of ageing, and crucially we worked with them to produce their own images of ageing.
We brainstormed sort of the fears and the joys of ageing, and so we were all very quickly putting the fears down, but there were joys, wisdom and freedom and flexibility. So that was a fun exercise.
The images I brought from my diary were about my sight, fears about losing my sight, which was happening, and my hearing, about having to have subtitles on the telly. Very negative stuff really about the physicality of ageing.
Some days I look at myself and I think, who's that? That's not me. That's some old woman, that's not me. And other days I think, oh, that's me.
That's daft. That is daft.
If you have any surgery done in your face to do with wrinkles, they say that a good way to disguise it is to have a blonde, long curly hair or volume hair. So I got some props here for us to show to actually
35-year-old with long blonde hair, oh my God.
to actually show exactly how ridiculous all that is.
Right.
So we're just going to do a fun picture.
I have to have a look in this then. Let's have a look. Oh, yes. Oh, aren't you nice?
I think stereotypes are sometimes a very bad thing because people feel they've got to live up to them then.
Because it is now, unfortunately, all about image. It really is. Which is a shame, because then nobody gets to know you.
I enjoy life. I don't want to feel old. And I'm 90. 91 in May.
No, I don't look in the mirror like that and think, oh dear, I've got another wrinkle today. When I was younger, when people got to 70, they just used to seem to sit in the chairs and there didn't used to be a conversation going. Whereas now, we do have a say in things, don't we?
When I think back to it now, it was an art therapy workshop. I had the issue of becoming a grandmother, and now I am a grandmother. and I can see how it helped me. The things that I did, particularly things related to grandmothers that I did, helped me to work through all those feelings and some of the negative feelings that I got around that. And now I've come through the other side and I'm actually there, and it's great.
Well, when I'm 91, when I'm that taken, and I'm still waiting for him. He let me down, you see. So I'm still waiting. So I'm so disappointed. You know, I thought he might have come from waiting at the church. Yes, I'm waiting for it. It was just an impulse.
I remember doing this image on my birthday last year because we had a homework. So we had to do the diary. And I was really grumpy. And I had to do all these photos, and I thought, this is how I feel. I feel like a prisoner of my age, of the numbers, because I don't feel like 50, stereotypically, which also I challenge now. You know, I am 50 this year, and I feel, well, I've lived it. Even looking in the mirror now, I think, oh, I look at myself differently. I think, I'm all right, I look good. What will be when I'm 60, and I'm going to think, well, you looked fine. So I want to feel that now, you know, that I look good and that I like myself.
I like that one of Barbara. She looks so happy, so full of fun. And that's Barbara, full of fun.
I think we do these things for ourselves rather than for the audience. Well, that's what I was doing. But, you know, I've looked at this Life on Your Girl, yeah, they're fantastic, aren't they?
I think if it goes on exhibition somewhere which is used by all generations, like, oh look, there's a lady like Grandma there, or there's a lady like my mother, or there's, you know, oh golly, I never thought about it like that.
I think it's funny, an old woman should try and recreate what she did in the playground as a youth. You know, I didn't think an old woman could do a handstand. I can't.
Well, it's made me think about aging in general, because I'm aging a bit myself and taking early retirement at the end of the month, which is a bit unexpected. So I think it's been more broadly significant for me, although obviously it's about women aging. I think it's got more a broader application for us all.
I think there's quite a mixture of things that are sort of quite you know, they're quite simple and playful, and then there's some more things that are quite make you kind of look at them. You have to look at them in a bit more detail and think about what they may be trying to say.
The early findings from the project confirm that women really do experience ageing at the site of the body. They experience in their hair, their skin, their bodies, their clothing. But there are crucially differences amongst women. So women in their 50s and 60s are more likely to be conscious of, to be concerned about media representations or misrepresentations of themselves. As one woman said, I don't see many images of myself coming back at myself. When we talk to women who are in their 70s, 80s, 90s, they were more likely to be concerned about their bodies in the context of their health or their restricted mobility. Other women were more concerned about images that showed women's character, but a number of women were critical of the active ageing images that we see now. You know, women striding out hill walking or riding bicycles, and they said they're a bit fed up of this constant exhortation to be active, out there doing things. The paradox is that while women want to challenge some of those stereotyped images of ageing, they want to see positive images of older women and ageing. They don't want to see images of older women with dementia and Alzheimer's. I suppose we don't really want to be reminded of what might be a possibility in the future.
I don't think I had a negative opinion of older women to start with, so in that sense it hasn't challenged me, but what it has done, it's made me embrace my own body as I get older, and maybe giving me sort of more acceptance of ageing, and it's not a bad thing, it's not a negative thing. And actually, you know, you can do a lot of positive things as you get older, and you can be confident with who you are, even if you've got grey hair or whatever, it doesn't matter. So it's been really inspiring.
We wanted an outdoor action picture, and it was freezing cold,
And so the few of us that were there, they were reading a map, and June's meant to be digging, and so we couldn't think of anything, so we stuck Pat in a wheelbarrow. And so she screamed like that because I actually tipped her up.
I think when you get older, you can get away with being crazy.
Yeah, it's attitude. Yeah.
A really wonderful thing that I love to do with the project is to produce some big blow-up images of older women and get them on the walls in Sheffield. You know, images that are equivalent to the poems that we're seeing on some of the walls in Sheffield. But you know, this time images of women by women.
Well, there's still life in the old dog, isn't there?
I think people think, oh, every old person or the old dear, you know. But age is just a number. It's how you feel. It's how you deal with life, isn't it? And I'm 21 plus.